Gabriel Rosado. We've got a British super middleweight title fight between John Ryder and Rocky Fielding, and plenty more besides. But we've got some good fights on the undercard as well. The first one we'll see will be Steve Brogan against Henry James. And let's go over to get things underway to our MC, John McDonald.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us here at the Echo Arena in Liverpool, England for tonight's Championship Boxing, brought to you by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sport. We're live on Sky Sports and we'll be joining our worldwide audience very, very soon. We are sponsored here by Dapperbet, StubHub and JD Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the boxers to the ring. We are in the lightweight division. Please welcome from Cardiff, Henry James.
So a smiling Henry James emerges from the dressing room. He's been around a good long time, 33 years old. From Cardiff, his career has come in kind of three phases, really. The most recent one has been a successful one. He's had some good wins recently, and he last met Steve Brogan just 4 weeks ago. It was a draw over 6 rounds, and that's what brings them back into the same ring again tonight. He's beaten fighters who are 4-0, 5-0, Jordan Cook as well, who just lost to Andy Keats for the Midlands area super lightweight. So he's enjoying a profitable spell at the moment. Henry James started all the way back in 2003.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring the undefeated serious Steve Brogan.
Steve Brogan, 11 fights, 10 wins, 1 draw. The only blemish on his record, that draw coming against James in that fight I mentioned 4 weeks ago. 3 rounds apiece it finished after 6. Before that, he was on a good roll. He hasn't fought any stern opposition yet, that's for sure. He was turned over quite late at 33, but he was a good amateur. I saw him at the open workout on Tuesday, and he was very much looking forward to this. He looked in terrific shape. Looking to try and turn that draw rather, into a win this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing to you, firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks and weighing in at 9 stone 11 pounds 2 ounces and taking part in his 32nd professional contest from Cardiff, Henry James. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with grey and black, weighed in at 9 stone 12 pounds 2 ounces. Undefeated record, 11 contests, 10 wins, 2 inside the scheduled distance and just 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Skelmersdale, serious Steve Brogan! Timekeeper at the bell is Gary Brennan, and our referee in charge of the action is Mr. Darren Sargentson. This is 6 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division.
Well, just a slight delay here, just having a quick spit in the bucket before he's called to the centre of the ring.
You both know the rules, let's keep it clean. I don't want anything low, watch your heads. When I say break, take steps straight away. Most importantly, defend yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
Second up, round 1.
So 6 rounds, 6 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division here. Steve Brogan in the white and silver, the local man, 11 fights, 10 wins and 1 draw. That draw coming against the boxer he has standing in front of him here, Henry James, in the black shorts. He's been around for a good long time. 4 weeks ago in Wigan, they fought their way to a draw over 6 rounds, and they get it back on again tonight. Paul Smith alongside me tonight. Paul, at 33, Brogan's turned over quite late, you would say, but as an amateur, he did well. 50+ amateur fights, fought for England a couple of times.
Yeah, he did. Listen, any boxer as an amateur who represents the country, they're obviously very capable, and he has left it a bit late. But you know, he doesn't look too old. He doesn't abuse his body at all. He's in great shape all the time, and he trains all the time. So no time to waste. But he's obviously on the road now, and it's not too old.
Looked nice and sharp at the open workout on Tuesday. Was looking forward to getting in here on a big bill again and looking to try and build his profile. He fought here in October on the Value Flores undercard. Has been sparring Sean Dodd, who we'll see a little bit later. Right hand there from James on the inside. And he's been in with some quality operators down the years. When he first turned pro back in 2003, when the distance with Derry Matthews, Kevin Mitchell, Stephen Foster. And he's had a bit of a renaissance in his latest spell too. 3 wins and a draw in his last 4 fights, and against good fighters too. 4-0, 5-0, 9-1, 10-0 Brogan at the time, so he knows what he's doing. Just caught a jab on the way in there though, James.
You'd expect James to have had more fights than he's actually had. He turned pro 2003, the same year I turned pro. And, you know, without sounding disrespectful, he's obviously a journeyman, he's got a losing record, but he always comes to win, he always comes to have a good go. And he'll have more of a go tonight after the draw that they've both had recently.
Rosa just looking to whack to the body with that right hand. Just holding out that left to try and measure the right.
He landed that one. That's the first one he's landed well. He's been trying the straight right hand to the body as well, but he's leaning in a bit too much, Brogan. James is trying the uppercuts. He's trying to counter with the uppercuts inside, and obviously he's going to be up for this fight a lot more than others because he's had the draw.
Brogan just looking to chop down with the right hand. James just dipped away to his right hand side and just about managed to stay out of the way. Then a big swinging, kind of smearing left hand came back from James, who you would say definitely from this opening 3 minutes has come to have a go here. Looks to try and stick that right on the belt.
Making it hard for yourself because you're not pushing your feet in. No. Hey, you're reaching too far, jabbing, you're leaving yourself wide open. You've got to make sure that feet are in range. And when you're coming out too straight. You're coming out too straight up in the air. Counter it lower.
There's that left hand from James, just as he threw the right there, Brogan.
Brogan just fallen short again. I said he fell short with it twice earlier in the round as well when he was throwing it to the body. James isn't going to try and come out and outwork Brogan in this fight. He's going to try and outsmart him. He's going to try and land shots as Brogan, with his inexperience, is falling in and falling short. So Brogan needs to not give him the opportunity. That's the advice from the corner. Don't try and load up. You know, it's good advice. He needs to listen now and put that into practice.
Second down, round 2.
Into the second, Steve Brogan and Henry James scheduled for 6 in the lightweight division. Dave Thompson in the corner there for Brogan in between rounds, dispensing the advice. That's where he trains, in Tonks Gym in Speak. Joe Tonks was with him at the workout on Tuesday. 10-3 as a super lightweight, hasn't fought for a while. Good year and a half or so now, so possibly that could be it for him.
It's a good little setup they've got going on down there. There's a lot of young Scouts fighters coming through, and a lot of the more experienced ones down there as well popping in. They're always out and about sparring and all learning from each other. Good counters from James there. He's definitely up for this.
Uppercuts on the inside as he looked for the left to the body as well. Didn't see much of the jab from Brogan in the first round. He can snap one out nicely though.
Has to throw it in this fight. He has to keep James, keep offsetting him, keep him out of the rhythm, keep him from waiting. This is better stuff.
It's a nice cuffing right hand there from Brogan, and again went to the body with the right hand, but then tucked up, stayed where he was really, and James just was able to let 2 or 3 punches go with Brogan in range. You noticed it early on, and he's looking for that uppercut, James, all the time, whether it lands on the chest or the chin or ricochets off the chest onto the chin. He's not bothered, it hits something, doesn't it?
Again, the head's coming a bit close there. You've seen James having a little moan. It's not usually like him having a moan. He's an experienced fella. But the uppercuts, you're perfectly right. He's throwing a lot of them. He's throwing them all the time. That's a good counter. It's a good over that right hand from James there.
Just swinging from the hip there, James. And this is turning into an interesting one. As we know, it was a draw, 3 rounds apiece when they last met, and they look pretty evenly matched again tonight, to be honest. Nice jab there from James.
Good round from James. He's landed a lot more shots this round. He's just going for it. He's going for it a bit more and wants it a little bit more than Brogan this round.
Well, the corner there, the Brogan corner telling him to target the body. The body's not moving, is what they're telling him.
Brogan has to stop lunging in, stop putting everything into the shots. Throw a few light jabs out, try and offset James first, and then go in for the second phase. Don't just become predictable lunging in. You see James just waiting, and then look for the count. That's a good shot from Brogan, though.
James again looking for the 1-2, then ended up on the shoulder of Brogan, just moves that upper body. Mostly just winging these punches in from waist height. Then looking for the uppercut there on the inside as Brogan's leaning on. And it's a good fight, this. It's interesting.
It's tight now, you walk around, you start throwing shots. You're jabbing from too far out and you put the lead yourself wide open. And you got to move them feet a bit quicker. When you go inside, you got to dip your legs and play your shots, don't.
It's that uppercut again, what you were talking about. He's landed it a lot tonight. Slipping inside, trying to throw it. You see him waiting, that's what I was trying to explain earlier in the round, James. He's just waiting. He got caught with that one, but he's just waiting confidently, trying to wait for an opening, wait for a lead to come from Brogan to then count it all the time. And Brogan's falling into the trap by leading off and leaning in too much when he's doing it. He's overreaching with his jabs and it's playing into James' hands.
Come on, let's get on.
Second down, round 3.
Into the third. Good round for James in the second. Brogan at the better of the first, you would say. Brogan just inching forward with that front foot, throws the jab. James moving forward as he throws it, and again looks to try and rip that uppercut up the middle, and then busies up his hands.
Obviously, we haven't seen the first fight between James and Brogan, but you wonder whether the uppercut was a good asset and a good weapon for James in the last fight, because he's throwing it a hell of a lot tonight. He's slipping inside, throwing that shot all the time. He's looking for the uppercut all the time.
It's a nice left hand there from Brogan as James just looked to try and pin his arm slightly, then got his own arms free and looked to work. Left hand there from Brogan again, just found James. This is better. Tucks up there, Brogan. Nice tight defence.
Decent first 2 rounds for Henry. Good shot there. Both of them thrown at the same time. It's been a good 2 first rounds for James, and you have to wonder whether he can maintain this pace. It's a good pace, it's a fast pace, and he's not used to fighting like this.
Good left hand there from James again. He just swings it up from the hip, and it just got in round the back of the guard and caught Brogan. He throws a nice uppercut of his own on the inside there, and this is warming up into a really, really good fight. Good combination there from James. Brogan just prior to that, they managed to snake an uppercut up between the 2 forearms, just trying to move that head and feint a little bit more there, Brogan.
Bit of swelling on the left eye from Brogan as well again. Walking on for too many right hands, but he's fallen a little bit short. Just got to dress these up a little bit better, disguise the shots a little bit better. You'd have to say Brogan was the better fighter out of the 2. On paper, he's the better fighter, but he's coming down to James's level. He's making this James's fight. This is exactly what James wants. You're playing into his hands. You need to box.
I was just going to say exactly that. I was just going to ask you, should he not, Brogan, with his amateur background, with his fitness, with the feet that I saw, albeit in an empty ring on Tuesday, use those feet, because he's just standing in front of James here. He's trying to tough it out. He's being a bit too gung-ho, too macho.
Yeah, he's making it James's fight, as we both said, but it's also a lot of pride. He's at home, he's in Liverpool, he's had the draw to the lads. He really wants to win this fight and wants to correct that wrong that he believes was a wrong. And you can see the determination on him, but there's better ways of doing it. You know, you box a little bit, take the sting out of James for another round or 2 first, and then put it on him in the last 2.
Well, Well, it's a good one to start the night with, that's for sure. The referee, Darren Sargentson, just getting in the middle there. He's hardly had to have been involved at all so far. James just losing his balance slightly as he came forward there behind the right hand, but he just moved in behind it. Halfway through, it's pretty difficult to tell which way this one's going to go.
Good body weight for Brogan, nice uppercut inside as well. But again, you know, we can't really stress enough, can we? He's making this James fight. He's walking in and he's playing right into James' hands. James is waiting and he's trying to counter. And Brogan's obliging and he's making it hard for himself. He's made really hard work of this tonight. He could be doing things a lot easier.
You're finishing stronger. You're finishing stronger. Fourth round, kid. Come on, kid. This fucking kid's a pretty good. Don't like it. Yeah. Smash his fucking head in. When you get come on, get tight. Start going back.
See the James corner, they know the win's there for them. You know, they know they just need to keep this up, keep working, and hopefully the referee's seen the rounds favouring them more than they are Brogan.
It's the second half of the fight. They're scheduled for 6 at lightweight. Steve Brogan, 10 wins and 1 draw from his 11 fights so far in the silver and blue. Henry James, 10 wins, 20 defeats and 1 draw in the black. They drew 4 weeks ago in Wigan. Good fight from what I'm told, and this one is as well, and it's been even between the two of them. They're still in front of each other for the most part, particularly the last couple of rounds, and really just swung with without any real thought for the consequences a lot of the time. Plenty has got through from both of them, and James just backing Brogan up towards the ropes there.
Better stuff this round so far coming from James. You see him waiting. He's waiting for Brogan to commit. And then he's trying to counter with good body shots, which he's landed already early in this round. Cuffing right hooks, left hooks round the side of the guard to Brogan's head. And looks like he wants this a little bit more at the minute.
See a lot of fighters like James whose ability is not reflected by their record necessarily. You look at the fighters they've been in with. The Sun Pro in 2003 had 21 fights, then hung them up in 2005. Came back in 2009 briefly, and came back last year. So he had 5 or so years out of the ring. But as I say, since he's been back, the last 4 fights in particular have really gone his way. There's that uppercut again. He just takes a step back. As Brogan moves forward, he just takes that step back to give himself room and just swings it.
Timing it really nice, and he's got a natural habit of getting out the way of shots by leaning to his right, as James. And it's obviously the natural progression to throw that uppercut as a counter from the angle that he's at. He's landed a lot of body shots this round, James. He landed a good right hook to the body about 30 seconds ago. Brogan felt it a bit. Bad round for Brogan this. Took his foot off the gas. Hard in fights like this as well, because you start mentally thinking too much. You start wondering, you think about the last fight, you think about, am I having success? Am I taking a round off? Your mind starts working overtime. James is just plodding away, plugging away and trying to outwork Brogan and trying to time him with that uppercut like that.
Just trying to turn his man there, James, as well. Brogan, about 20 seconds or so, I think, clipped him with a nice-looking right hand. Hasn't really used that height he's got, Brogan, and the reach that comes with it. James is kind of a swarming sort of a fighter. Ducks quite low on his way in. Brogan, as we say, has got a decent jab, but hasn't really used it. Interesting round again. Heads almost coming together there. There's that jab, and we just haven't seen enough of it.
See, over-leaning and overreaching a little bit again, Brogan. I know he's jabbed the body, it's hard to not overreach, but just forget about the shot if it's not working. If you get tagged and countered with uppercuts, just forget about the jab to the body. He's shorter than you anyway. Just keep your jab to the head, double your jab to the head. Jab, feint, wait. jab again, jab, block, jab, you know, mix it up. There's been no real variety from Brogan. It's frustrating watching because you know he's a better fighter than he's shown tonight. He's brought the fight right down to James's level.
Seconds out, round 5.
So into the 5th, Brogan quickly to the centre of the ring. James just moving away to his right-hand side. Throws a couple of jabs. And they're telling Brogan not to wait and just to let it go. He was looking to try and stamp with his front foot a bit there and draw something.
They're talking about throwing a jab to the body, then right hand over after it. But he's thrown that many jabs this fight. He hasn't followed it up with the right hand over the top. So I think you're kind of shouting the same thing that you tell him yourself. You know, if you're going to do it, you need to throw the right because he's counting you.
James again just throwing that right-hand advice from the corner for him is throw 2s and 3s, and he's done a good job for the most part of staying out of the way. And he's thrown some heavy-looking rights, which have been caught mainly on the glove at times, but you can still see that every now and again it's caused Brogan just to take that step away to his right-hand side. Brogan just shuffling forward with the front foot, trying to jab his way in. There's himself on the shoulder. James just about finding room for a right hand there. Brogan was working with the uppercut on the inside before that.
Good body shot from Brogan.
Solid looking left hand there from James. The guard was up, but you could still see the kind of shuddering impact it had. And there again, he's looking for that uppercut.
He's just a bit cuter, isn't he, James, inside? He's just leaning out the way. He got caught with one then, but he's leaning out the way of some shots and just getting out of the way naturally where his experience is showing.
Brogan just lunged in a bit with the jab. It was pretty obvious it was coming, and James just again threw that right hand that connected with the body that time and just trying to cuff Brogan around a bit. And Brogan here is just trying to bite down and just somehow get this done. As we've been saying, he's fighting James's kind of a fight, but he just wants to get the W here by any means. I don't think it's going to be a performance, even if he gets the win, that he'll be particularly happy with, but you do what you need to do.
It's a bit panic stations now, and it has been for the past 2 rounds. But he had a bad round in the 4th, and he's come back a lot better in the 5th.
Right hand there from James, just staggered Brogan slightly, followed with the uppercut, then another left hand, and Brogan, I wouldn't say he looked particularly hurt there, but he was getting caught regularly.
Yeah. It's disheartening, isn't it? He comes back, he has a good spell, and then back comes James and has a good go again.
Well, just one to go now. It's just been a cracking 6th rounder to get our coverage underway tonight.
Good body work from Brogan. But again, as I said, at the end of the exchange, back comes James again and tries to dishearten Brogan by showing he's not rolling over. Been timing that uppercut all night, hasn't he? He really has been looking for it. James again, dogged, not wanting to give in, not wanting to go down easy. You know, for me, it's been a close fight. It's been a tough one to score as well.
So touch of gloves between the two, 6th and final round. 4 weeks ago in Wigan, it finished 57-57, 3 rounds apiece after 18 minutes, and this one could be heading the same way. It has been, as you say, nip and tuck, not much in it. James has had the better of at least 2 rounds that I can think of, and others have been tight. Left hand there from James again, just found the side of Brogan's face. The right hand came through too.
It's all on this last round for me. We've got it level at the minute, and I think it's just who wants it more now. But Brogan could have made this a lot easier for himself, and I think he'll kick himself after tonight.
Brogan just finding a little bit of room there to find space for some punches to the body, and James just leaning in. Wild swings there from James, but he kind of got out of the back quite well because they both missed by a distance, and then he just moved in and got on his shoulder straight away.
There's no real intention to counter from Brogan either, that's why he got out of it. He's thrown 3 shots and missed them, there's no counter, he's waiting to get inside to mix it up like this. He wants to be inside, and it's a sign of just being a little bit over-eager and wanting to win too much, which sometimes you can't criticise fighters for.
There's some good body work there from Brogan as James has been moved away to his right-hand side. Right hand there from James was possibly a touch low, but no complaint there from Brogan at all, and they continue just to trade, really, which is what they've been doing right from the start of the fight, particularly since the second round. Shopping right hand there from Brogan, just clipped James, didn't quite catch him.
Good body shot from Brogan. The pace is caught up a little bit with James.
It's just beginning to now, isn't it? But that's a good effort by him, because you look at these two physically and you'd say that Brogan would be by far the fitter man, but you don't have to be ripped to be fit to fight.
Brogan hasn't, James hasn't wanted to hold much in the fight, and he has this round.
Brogan caught him a couple of times there with right hands as we head up towards the final 30 seconds. Right hand there from James in the corner, just trying to get him to follow up on it.
Good right hand from James.
Brogan just stooping with that right. As you've been saying, Paul, his weight's too heavily over that front foot, isn't it, as he comes in, and James has been able to time him on the way in on quite a few occasions. It's made for a really good contest, a really good fight to watch. Really good example of it there as he just kind of stumbled forward.
He's been caught with a few good right hands as he's rushing in the last 30 seconds.
Final bell. James raises that right glove. He feels that he's done enough. Up go the gloves from Steve Brogan as well. He feels that he's done enough. As we've been saying, it was a draw when they met previously, 3 rounds apiece. I wouldn't be all that surprised if that's what we get again. It's up to the referee, Darren Sargentson, to decide. It was terrific stuff to watch, though. Really was. Right from the off. As we've been saying, Brogan didn't fight the kind of fight he would have wanted to fight, but you have to credit the opponent for that, because he just didn't let him do it. Now let's go over to our MC, John McDonald, and find out which way it has gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, the referee has awarded 59 points to both boxers. We have a draw. Steve Brogan and Henry James.
59-59, so that's a lot of drawn rounds between the two there.
4 level rounds. You know what? I didn't want to give 2 level rounds because I gave the first level, and I gave the first level and I had it for Brogan by 1 point, but if it had been a point either way or a draw, I couldn't really complain. It was a good close fight. I think that's the first time in 15 years of professional boxing I've ever seen a 59-59 card. No, I can honestly say that. I've never seen that many shared rounds in a 6-round fight.
No, it's a new one on me as well. It's a first for me, but it means that they've fought their second consecutive draw. We haven't been able to separate the two of them over the course of 12 rounds, and so they're both now down ringside with Andy Scott.
Gents, 4 weeks ago you battled to a draw. 4 weeks later, it's exactly the same result. Henry, I'll come to you first. Henry, do you think you've done enough there?
I thought I'd done enough, but I know the first 3 rounds I thought I'd done enough. But the last 3, he did work a bit more than me, like, you know. He come back with body shots and all that, you know. I had more head shots, but he just on the body all the time. So, but I thought I won by 1 or something like that, but where it goes, yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
I thought it was close, but like I said, like last time, I thought I was the better boxer. Cleaner shots, but his shots he catch me with, you know, caught me with some good shots, but most good gloves, and his work rate was good. That's what got him the draw, I think. The work rate of him, but fight again. 3rd time, you know, I believe I've got to get past him before I go anywhere else, so the rematch is on, you know what I mean? That is what it is, but thanks a lot, mate, yeah, definitely, yeah, they know it's a good fight for the fans. You know, 6 rounds, yeah, we're good fight for the fans, so
loves it.
Probably one of the best fights you'll see tonight, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, but well done, again, yeah.
You got 4 weeks, we'll do it again.
Yep, that'd be nice.
Well done to the two of you.
Well, interesting stuff, and as he's saying there, and I make him right, Steve Brogan, if he wants to move on with his career, then he needs to try and get the win against Henry James, and they were two good fights, and that was absolutely a deserved draw. Interesting score, but I think a draw was the right verdict. In any case, let's get on with our next fight. That's another 6-rounder, and to introduce it, let's go to our MC, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action with 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Please welcome to the ring from Lake, Andy Keys.
And this is an interesting fight too. Andy Keats is a proven good quality fighter. 5 of his last 6 fights have been either for area or English titles. He's been 10 rounds in 4 of those. He is currently the Midlands area super lightweight champion. He's been in the likes of O'Hara Davis, Joe Hughes, Kevin Hooper for English titles of lightweight and super lightweight. Didn't manage to land any of them, but that's at much higher level than the man we're about to see now has experienced so far.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Liverpool, the Monk, Ryan Mulcahy.
Ryan Mulcahy, local fighter, Liverpool fighter, 7 fights, 7 wins. I spoke to him about 10 days ago, and he doesn't want to hang around, basically. He doesn't want to pad his record with opponents that he's expected to beat, that really he knows that he's going to beat. He wants to get in there and try and test himself against someone who has operated at a higher level than him, and that's exactly what he's doing against Andy Keats, and it's good to see. He made his debut on the undercard of Rocky Fielding against Callum Smith. That was here, of course, and won by knockout, so he's got good memories of this place.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action with 6 rounds in the super lightweight division, and introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks trim with white weight in a 10 stone 3 pounds 3 ounces, 17 fight record, 12 wins, 1 inside the scheduled distance and just 5 defeats. He is the reigning Midland area super lightweight champion from Lake, Andy Keys. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold and red, weighed in at 10 stone 2 pounds 5 ounces, undefeated, 7 fight records, 7 wins, 2 inside the scheduled distance. Coming to the ring, undefeated from Liverpool, the Monk, Ryan Mulcahy. Trying to get it on is Phil Morris. Now, referee in charge of the action is Mr. Darren Sargent. This is 6 3-minute rounds in the super lightweight division.
Fellas, you both know the rules. Let's keep it clean. I don't want anything low. Watch your heads. When I say break, take steps straight away. Most importantly, defend yourself all the time. Such good for the good to both.
Second out, round 1.
So into the first is scheduled for 6 at super lightweight. Ryan Mulcahy in the kind of dark blue purple shorts with the gold on them, up against Andy Keats in the black and white. And as we're saying during the ring entrances, Paul, this is a step up for Mulcahy, and I kind of like his style here in taking this fight, because a lot of people at his stage wouldn't. Keats has operated at a distinctly higher level than he has so far. English title level, area title level. He's an area champion, but Mulcahy, he wants to find out what he's got and where he can go in this sport.
You've got to admire him for it. Listen, he's no 27, he's no spring chicken anyway. You know, he's not like 21, 22, just turning pro. He's only had the 7 fights, but obviously 27, it's the right time to crack on. And Keats is a good opponent, a very good opponent at this stage. He's had good fights with Hooper, and O'Hara Davis he was in with as well. You know, he's a good, strong opponent, and a great opportunity for Mulcahy to show where he's at.
No waiting, no waiting.
Mulcahy looking for the left of the body, then went upstairs. He was a good amateur. Went round a few clubs, Long Lane, Everton Red Triangle, Moseley Vale. The likes of Tom Farrell and Robbie Davis. They're now professional gym mates as well, training under Danny Witho, as he's known, at the No Limits gym. Box for England. Had some GB assessments, but nothing came of them. Lost tight fights to the likes of Josh Kelly. Conor Loftus felt that he didn't get the rub of the green on occasions when he's up against the bigger names. It's something you often hear fighters say, and at that stage decided it was time that he turned professional.
No real feeling out process here. Both of them straight in, looking for shots. Mulcahy led off with a lead left uppercut early, like 10 seconds into the fight. No real feeling out process.
Keats just leaning on, looking for that left hand, left to the body, and then just pulled the left hand as he looked to try and throw it down the middle. Nice footwork there from Mulcahy, finishing on the right hand.
Got to keep that chin down, Mulcahy. He's tried stepping around to the side a few times. It looks good, it looks flashy, but your chin's right in the air when you're doing it. You need to just tidy things up first. Good left hand from Keats there. Landed right on the button. He's got to be careful here, Mulcahy.
Good crisp backhand, just straight down the middle, that southpaw left hand.
Just no nonsense, Keats, isn't he? What you see is what you get. Tough, strong, rugged, durable. Just keep coming at you.
Just the uppercut down Mulcahy. I didn't quite make it through, then exploded into the left hook. Just trying to tuck up behind that shoulder. Decent first round.
What did you see? What did you see? I'm on the beach side. All right. Yeah, the angle's there, isn't it? The winning arm? Yes, definitely. Yeah. The second phase is key.
Good right hand there from Mulcahy. Waiting for the jab and then just trying to slip inside with a really classy shot there. Just got to be careful when he's doing them steps around the side that he keeps his chin down as well.
Okay, but don't be there too long. Well done. All right. The tempo change is lovely. Forget the tempo change is lovely. I want to see two hands. Angle cover again. Okay. Yeah. Come on, lad. Lovely.
Seconds out. Round two.
Into the second. Mulcahy took this at relatively short notice as well, but he'd been in the gym, so it wasn't an issue. Andy Keats, I'm told, was originally down to fight Steve Lewis, 13-0, another Liverpool fighter who's making some good strides. That fell out of bed. Mulcahy stepped in. Keats took the fight. He'd been out of the gym for a little while, so that's why this was set slightly above the super lightweight limit, because he put a little bit of weight on maybe. But interesting decision from Keats as well to take this, because when you look at it from the outside looking in, he doesn't really have anything to gain from this fight.
No, he doesn't, but if he, in a way he has. If he gets the win, obviously there's a rematch going to be put straight on where Mulcahy will want to put it right, and the wins against the prospects and the unbeaten prospects will always open a door or two. You never know down the line, but I understand what you're getting, and he didn't have to take this. This is all on Mulcahy's terms. You know, the original opponent has pulled out, but it shows you what Keats is about. You know, he's a grafter, he works hard, and as I said before, the previous round, what you see is what you get. But a forearm from Mulcahy, you have to be careful with that as well.
Looking to sing that right into the body. Again, he's just trying to use those feet well, pushing Keats back to the ropes there. Just before that, he was on the move, just moving away to the left-hand side. A couple of good uppercuts there on the inside from Keats. Keeps that guard tight, doesn't really give you very much to hit, and then throws back himself. Step to the right then, almost turned southpaw there, Mulcahy, looking for a different kind of an angle for the left hand.
Just so we're having a little word about the forearm in the face. You know, it's okay with the glove, it's not really protocol, it's not really, you know, gentlemanly as such, but you can't smash the forearm in. You've got to be careful. It opens cuts up. The forearm with the palm of the glove, you can't do it.
He's a full-time pro, Mulcahy. He's got a good sponsor, he was telling me, so he's able to dedicate himself to boxing 24/7. Keats works the postman. few fighters have worked as postmen down the year. Darren Barker's a postman, I'm pretty sure. It fits in well around training, I'm told. Get it out of the way early in the morning.
I used to work in a post room in an office, delivering the mail around the office.
Looking for the right hand just before that. Keats had set the left hand down towards the body, and again looks for that left. He walks onto a right hand there, Keats, as he looks to try and open up.
Found his rhythm now, Mulcahy. Found his rhythm and his distance. A bit of clashing from the both front feet coming together.
Through the right hand there, Mulcahy, and just kind of stayed where he was, and that was invitation there for Keats to get the work, which he did.
Giving you too much of his own weight. This is some Vaseline, yeah? Deep breath.
Good counter there from Mulcahy. Keats trying to land the shot to find a target, but Mulcahy coming back with the counters, and then second and third phase again. Just a little bit more switched on, a bit clever at the minute, Mulcahy.
Them two things for me, Ryan. Okay, yeah? 2 hands, 2 feet moving, and 2 phased attacks. All right, well done. More of it. Okay, if you want to touch that body, that's going to be there in a minute. All right, that's not quite there yet, as if that is. All right, go on, Maya. Yeah, come on, man.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Into the third, Ryan Mulcahy with his surname on the front of his shorts there in the purple and gold, and Andy Keats in the black and white. Entertaining fight so far as we head into the third round. Keats looking to try and throw on the inside, right to the body, followed by
Turn around, get up,
kind of left
turn around.
uppercut. His punches never travel all that far, Keats. He's happy just to try and catch them, his opponents, and when he gets into range, just look to try and unload. Mulcahy is more and more warming to his task here.
Holding him, Andy, get off him, get off him.
About Keats' style is that when you try and put it on him, if you stand and admire your work or stay still for a fraction of a second, he's right back on you.
Said before, he's a grafting, good, strong, good fighter. Just keep coming forward and keep having a go and keep trying to find the target. He's tough as well. Mulcahy's trying all these nice shots. They're not quite there just yet, you know, but he's trying them, and just wants to just keep it simple. Nothing too flash, nothing too arrogant, nothing too cocky. Just keep it simple. Just do the simple stuff until the shots are there. Keep breaking Keats down, and the shots that you're trying will be there later.
Nicely done there by Mulcahy, threw in the right hand and then took the weight back, through the right hand again. Down to the east side, Jim in Birmingham, Mulcahy to spar Corey Gibbs. Here's some good things about Corey Gibbs. And it was the right place to go, actually, because John Pegg and the boys down there knew all about Andy Keats. Keats beat Jordan Cook over 10 rounds in October. And then the card of Frankie Gabriel against Sam Eggington to defend that Midlands Super area. Not Midlands area, rather, Super Lightweight title.
He's hurt there. Mulcahy's hurt really bad. There's a good uppercut from Keats. I said at the start of the rounds, all the fiddling about and the pitter-patter with your hands, you're wasting energy and you're just wasting stuff trying to look good and trying to be cocky, and just get on with the job, break him down. Keats is a live opponent. He's just landed a lovely uppercut there, and Mulcahy was hurt. His legs went from it straight away when you seen it. Just got to just do the simple stuff. There's no need for the flashy stuff, and you're just trying to, you're impressing no one really. You need to keep going and keep trying to break an opponent like Keats down. In a 12-round fight, you need all that energy for the latter rounds.
Looking for the right hand there, Mulcahy, just moving away to his left, but not quite as briskly as he was before. Rolled onto the right hand there. They'll go to the end of the round.
doing for me. So, listen to me. Fucking switch on now. Come on.
I've got that.
Switch on. 4s and 5s.
Yeah, I do then.
Body and head. Work off your long shots. Step in.
Nice stuff from Mulcahy, as I was saying earlier in the round. He's moving out the way nice, but he thinks he's got too comfortable, too. There's the shot. Look at that. You know, you're hurt there. If the opponent, if Keats had any more about him there and a bit more time in this round to push it on and to put the pressure on you, you're in trouble. You know, the corner needs to give him a good talking to you. He switched off completely and he got a bit cocky and it got caught. He needs to just stick to the job in hand. You're looking good here. You're a good fighter. You're on your way up. You're in control in this fight. Stay in control. Don't switch off. All the pitter-patter and throwing 5 and 6 shots when one is only needed, it's wasting energy.
Into the fourth. Keats encouraged, looking to try and come forward. Caught Mulcahy with that left hand round about the ear, really, which is the damaging place to catch a fighter often. It could take his balance away. Right hand comes back there again from Keats.
He just said the right word. He's encouraged now. He wasn't getting the sniff.
And just as we say that, Mulcahy lands and Keats goes down to a knee. The gloves touch down. He wasn't down hard. He looks a little bit sheepish, slightly embarrassed that he got caught. Takes the 8 count as he has to. It was a good shot, a well-timed punch there by Mulcahy. Keats was looking to close in. He fancied his chances of getting something done in this round, and he's just paid a bit of a price for it.
Momentum back now with Mulcahy.
A good volley of punches there from Keats in the corner, just saying to Mulcahy that don't stand in front, and he does have a tendency to do that every now and again. Nice jab there from Keats, just caught Mulcahy as he was moving to his left. He's looking for the uppercut there, Mulcahy. It's difficult to get one through on Keats.
Falls in there a bit more, Keats. On paper, they're not the biggest punches. 2 knockouts, 1 knockout between them both, but you know, they've both shown that they can both be hurt as well, and they've both shown that they've got the power to hurt the opponent, so it's made it for a good fight.
It certainly has. It's been very entertaining, as was the first one. Right hand there from Mulcahy as he was just sinking back into the ropes.
Good stuff from Mulcahy. He's shown tonight as well, he's very comfortable with southpaws. There's been a little battle there going on there. The viewers may not see on the TV with the front foot of both fighters. They're constantly standing on each other's toe with Mulcahy's left foot and Keats' right foot. They're having a battle to try and get the foot outside. So here they go again on top of each other. And it's a constant battle to see who can get the outside and dominate.
Nice uppercut on the inside there from Keats with the right hand, but Mulcahy put together a few good punches himself. Left to the body and then just moved away to the left-hand side, and Keats got through with the left hand. You were talking about how he needs to just concentrate on the job in hand. He's done that more this round. Sometimes the footwork, does it seem a little bit choreographed almost, as steps to the side?
You've just took straight out of my... The first thing I was going to say was Ricky Hatton's one of the best fighters of getting around, banging the body, Mulcahy, I think there's a bit of blood there on the left eye as Mulcahy. I think he's cut. Mulcahy's doing a lot of moving and switching on side. He's doing nothing, there's no end product there. If you're going to waste all that energy switching round and making a full sweep around to get to the right hook into the body of the left, you need to throw that shot. Don't get round in and not throw it because you're wasting your energy. Nice shot. Just as Keats basically put the power into the shot for him by unloading with his own backhand. Slip, bang, lovely. Really nice shot. Flash knockdown and good shot. Showed a good chin there, Keats getting back up after that because it was a good shot. Again, you know, maybe I am being a little bit picky and it's what style you like. Obviously, I'd like to see Mulcahy just concentrate on the simple stuff, which he's very good at. He's a very good technical boxer. He throws lovely shots. He throws a really nice lead left uppercut. The cut doesn't look too bad, thankfully. And just concentrate on the basics, and you'll break Keats down better. And then, when he's really tired and the sting's gone off, then do the flashy stuff.
So into the fifth. Mulcahy in the dark shorts with the gold, Keats in the black and white. Keats again just looking to try and get on top of Mulcahy, who was made to pay for that at the start of the previous round. This weight just coming forward, stumbled almost and fell in as he was unloading that left hand, and Mulcahy caught him very, very nicely. And you can see a nod of appreciation from Keats actually as he realised that he'd been undone by a skillful bit of boxing.
Keep that chin down again, Mulcahy. Good stuff, moves well, but then just switches off momentarily and just caught one there with a chin in the air again, and that's what happened with the knockdown. Just a momentarily lapse in concentration, you switch off, and before you know it, you're hurt.
Stop boxing! Let him out, let him out.
Keats just moving in, as does Mulcahy.
Don't let him in that space.
Nice combination there from Mulcahy, and then moved away to the left and then immediately through again. Keats really makes you work. He's always on you, just coming forward relentlessly. He doesn't throw loads and loads of punches, Keats, but he's always just crowding you a bit, just coming at you.
Let him out, let him out. Walk and pop out, right? Box up.
Don't stay.
That's a good shot. That comes Keats again. It's just a little reminder to Mulcahy, he's got to stay switched on, got to stay mindful of what's coming back.
There's a nice one to that from Keats, and Mulcahy, he just managed to keep his chin down because that left hand got through and he was standing pretty close to us, and he was quite tall really, and I think if it had been much harder he could have had a big problem with that left hand, but he rode it well enough.
You see a lot of prospects being undone by same time punching. With Mulcahy, it's a counter every time because he's switching off at the end sometimes, and the counters are the ones that are knocking the head back, and the one that the uppercut that hit him 2 rounds ago.
Well, just 1 round to go, and this has been another really, really good 6-rounder, a really good match.
You never lost a round, right? No, so what? You've got 1 round, nothing's too bad. Hey,
Take your arms down. Okay, couple of big deep breaths. He might come now.
I know he is.
All right, so switch on, use your feet, but keep your shape. No going for a walk, no switching off. Okay, 2 phased attacks. Where's the 2 phases gone? That's when you kill him. Because you move your feet, you catch him. You move your feet again, you catch him again. It's simple. It's boxing for you, Brian. Yeah, Brian, use your brain all the way through.
Right, last round, just good, please, mate.
All right.
Not totally happy in there, Danny Wither, is he?
Yeah.
No, I think he's just trying to reassure Ryan Mulcahy, who sat down and said, I lost that round. I don't believe you lost the round, but if you're feeling you're not performing your best, forget about all the flashy stuff. He threw a combination in this corner before and looked out towards us in the crowd. You know, just get your mind on your job, be a bit professional, and just go about your business. Don't worry about the flashy stuff and who's watching and trying to catch eyes. Your ability and the punches you throw will catch eyes. You're a very good fighter. Just stick to that stuff.
So, final round. Ryan Mulcahy in against Andy Keats. Mulcahy 7-0 coming into this one. They'd never been in this deep before. Keats 17 fights, 12 wins, 5 defeats. The defeats are all coming at a good level. Challenging for English titles 3 times. Joe Hughes on one occasion, who challenges for a British title tonight. So he stepped up a level, as O'Hara Davis since he met Keats. Kevin Hooper has challenged for a British title too, so that's the kind of company he's been mixing in, and Mulcahy took this because he wants to find out where he is. He fancies a crack at the Central Area title this summer, which would involve fighting Sam Matkin.
A fight like this, as you say, he took this because he wants to see where he is. If this is a fight where you want to see where you are, just win the fight and look well. Don't try new things, don't experiment. it's not the type of opponent to experiment against.
Mulcahy just gets free and then looks to try and work to the body, but again Keats just manages to drop those forearms on it. But keeping the hands busy there, Mulcahy, that's what the corner were looking for really, was the two phases of attack. It's fine to throw 3 and 4 and then move the feet, move away, but once you've created that different angle, go again. In terms of the scoring, as you say, Mulcahy's have the better of this. It's been very competitive, but there's been the knockdown as well. That could be quite key.
Very competitive fight. The first round was close, but for me, Mulcahy hasn't lost the round. I've gave him every round so far. And as you say, it has been a competitive fight. It's not a whitewash. Mulcahy knows he's been in a fight. He's been hurt. He's been cut. He's been rocked for the, maybe the first time in his career. Who knows? But for me, he's just gone a little bit the wrong way about this fight. This is a fight where you said to yourself, you want to see where you are, set yourself against a fighter who's fought for the English title a couple of times and who's established. Don't experiment in this fight, just get through the fight, win the fight and look well doing so. He's looked well in flashes, he's looked very well. You can see he's a fighter who's going to be going up for 12-round title fight and will look good doing so, but he just has to not get ahead of himself a little bit with some of the things he's trying. It's not needed yet.
Well, into the last 20 seconds and he has taken some shots. You can tell just by the look of his face, there's blood coming from the nose, a bit coming from inside the mouth as well. The mouth just hanging open, so he's certainly been putting everything into this. Maybe just a bit of damage to the inside of the mouth, to the lips. Good left hand there from Keats, and Mulcahy looking to try and come back as the bell goes. A nod from Keats, an embrace between the two. And that was another really good 6-round fight. We've had 2 excellent contests so far to start tonight's coverage. We really have, and hopefully what we see later on will live up to what we've seen so far. Keats, as we know, a current area champion, has challenged for higher honours. Fallen slightly short. Mulcahy making a big step up tonight, and he's shown that he does have a lot of ability, he has a lot of talent, and he has some bottle as well to take on that kind of opponent after 7 professional fights. Well, let's find out which way it's gone. John McDonald will be able to tell us.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 6 rounds of boxing, the referee's scorecard reads 59 points to 55 points in favour of your winner. He remains undefeated from Liverpool, the man, Ryan Mulcahy.
So Ryan Mulcahy gets it handily enough, 59 points to 55. And the gamble, you could call it, some would call it, has paid off there, because Andy Keats, as we know, we've been outlining his credentials, is a good fighter. He's a better quality fighter than any Mulcahy's faced so far. And although there were a few things to put on the school report, it was a good performance.
Good performance, and again, showed flashes of real quality. He's got it there. He just needs to keep working on it, keep honing in on the basics and the stuff that he's going to need to break opponents like Keats down. He was just trying a few things tonight which we're probably just not ready for yet. You've got all the time in the world for that. It's a 6-round fight. Just get through it and get the win. But the win's the win, and he's done very well tonight.
Well, let's see what he made of it all. He's ringside with Andy Scott.
Ryan, well done. It was billed as the first real test of your career. How did you find it in there?
It was that was my first pro fight down on paper. I don't care. Then with the 7, I went there as hard as that, but I showed them, made them metal. I want to get tough. I'm still there throwing punches, so bring it on.
Looked like the perfect learning fight at the same time. He made you work for it.
Yeah, he's fucking tough, especially when I dropped him.
So, excuse the language for everyone watching this. I know you're emotional after that. Yeah, he made you work for it.
Yeah, he did. I said before the fight, got a healthy respect for Andy Keats, but I don't fear no one. No one. As soon as I get the experience behind me and ready to go, but that's up to Steve Wood.
He caught you with a good shot in the 3rd round, but you had the perfect response in the 4th round by dropping him.
Yeah, he caught me with a few bombs, to be honest, but my camp's gone great. My conditioning's been spot on, my weight was right. And obviously when you tick all the boxes, it's up to you then, and I've got an heart of a lion. If he'd have put me down, I'd have got up and beat him, put it that way.
What's on the horizon for you? Have you got one eye on sort of area level next?
Well, he was an area champion. I was a novice pro, so whoever's got the central area belt, put it on a big sky bill, let all my mates come and watch.
Yeah, Sam Mackin's got that, so that's the fight you want next?
Sam Mackin, get off the couch,
phone Steve Wood. Let's get it on Sky, go and get it on.
Well done tonight.
Well, confident stuff there from Ryan Ward-Kai. He'll be one to watch in the coming weeks and months. Well, that's the appetizer over, if you like. 7:30 on Sky Sports 1. Top of the bill will be Martin Murray up against Gabriel Rosado. We've got a British super middleweight title fight between Liverpool's Rocky Fielding and John Ryder as well. So make sure you join us for that later on.